Are you feeling stressed and overwhelmed? Are you busy filling up everybody else's cup, helping everybody else out and not stopping to take some time for you? We need to take a breath, need to get centred. Come on in, let's have a chat.
Hi, I'm Dani Wallace, singer, speaker, former serial self-saboteur, survivor, mindset and business coach, and now fearless leader of the I Am the Queen Bee movement. I'm on a mission to help as many of you as I can show up, wise up and rise up so that you can take life by the nuts and step up into your birthright of success, however it is that you measure it.
So I'm going to call this now, of all the episodes in this entire series, if we get this right, this could prove the game changer for you, the catalyst for everything else to fall into place. In this episode, I'm going to introduce you to a couple of theories to help us understand why making self-care a priority is so important. Theory number one, the emotional bank account. So this theory runs on the premise that your energy, your time, your emotions run like a balance sheet. The more you give, the more you spend, create space that you then have to fill up. Now, filling that up could look like any number of things, and it's different for everybody. For some people, it could look like having some time taking a bath, watching a film. It could look like meditating. It could look like spending some time with the people around you who really fill your cup back up.
Who's for tea?
You've heard of the term being unable to pour from an empty cup. Well, that is this. So for me, self-care looks like getting outside, spending some time in nature, making my mind quiet. When you're really busy, when you are running a business, when you are running a family, it's really easy to get overwhelmed. It's really easy to be looking after everybody else and not looking after yourself. Sometimes self-care can be brushing your teeth of a morning. I don't make any bones, I don't hide from anybody that I have had issues with my mental health in the past. And some days self-care for me has been having a shower, getting clean, putting some deodorant on. It isn't necessarily a week-long yoga retreat in Malta. By understanding what self-care looks like for you, you know that when you're starting to feel overwhelmed or when you're starting to feel stressed, you can look to those things. You can create time for those things to help you balance that sheet up again.
Look, Bert. Look, see what I've done? Now I've made it so that my cherries weigh just exactly the same as yours do, Bert.
So speaking on mental health, because when you aren't looking after yourself, often your mental health gets affected in the first instance. What about when things get bad? Here's theory number two, spoon theory. Now bear with me on this one. So the idea is this. When you wake up in the morning, you are given a number of units of energy. So we'll call them spoons. When you're struggling with your mental health particularly, the theory is that you're given a finite number of spoons every single day. And it's the same number of spoons, and each spoon is a unit of energy. So you would spend your energy, normally day to day, in a transaction, using energy, filling it back up, using energy, filling it back up, by using the emotional bank account theory we spoke about just a second ago. When we're talking about spoons particularly, when things aren't great, by the time all those bits of energy are used up, you'll often feel like you've got nothing else to give. And the only thing you can do in that situation is rest. And also, by choosing wisely what you use your spoons on, will mean that even when things aren't so great, you can still function. So a unit of energy or a spoon might be getting out of bed in the morning. Another one would be brushing your teeth. It might take 2 spoons for a shower. To go to a doctor's appointment, for some people, might take up 4 spoons. If you've only got 10 spoons in the day, can you see how weighing up your time is really important? It's worth thinking about. Here's the T on this one. It's important where self-care is concerned, you work out what works for you. what works for me might not necessarily work for my husband, might not necessarily work for my sister, might not necessarily work for you. So have a think. What things fill you back up? Another thing I want to mention at this stage is self-care isn't selfish. As a mum particularly, there's often a lot of guilt that comes with looking after yourself. And we've got to rid ourselves of it, because if we aren't looking after ourselves, how on earth are we going to be expected to look after anybody else?
3 words for you: treat yourself.
For anybody struggling right now, particularly with their mental health, I'm going to pop some links below for you to access any help and support should you need it. So when I leave you this time, I'm going to say, look after yourselves. And I'll see you in the next episode.
I really hope you've enjoyed the episode today. And if you have, why not click like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so that you can get notified as soon as our episodes go live. And I'll see you next time.